Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello, my name is Stine and I am a 32-year-old Norwegian knitter who lives just outside of Oslo here in Norway. On this channel I share all my knitting with you, my current projects, my finished objects, my acquisitions, and just talk a bit about my life. I tend to get quite chatty in these videos, but it's mainly about the yarn and all of the things that I knit and make. I've been quite productive since the last time we met. I got really eager as autumn came up. We got settled in the new house. This is my living room, by the way. You might recognize some of the stuff from my old apartment, but we recently bought a house and moved in this summer, and we are finally like settling in, and I'm so looking forward to Christmas in this house this year, and I can't wait to start decorating when December comes around. But it's not December yet, but we have a lot of knitting to get through, so let's just start with some finished objects. First up is my storm sweater, and I'm really proud of myself for finishing this since the last time. I had quite some knitting left to do. This is the storm sweater by Petiteknit that I knit in one strand of cardigan in the color Ash Melange, which is the exact same yarn as she has on her sample photos, but I just really pictured this in a light gray color, so that's what I ended up with. It might look a bit pink maybe even in this light. I did have to turn on all the lights just because it's so gray outside, so I hope the lighting isn't like too bad. I have gotten a lot of wear out of this yet. I do need to put in an elastic in the collar because I noticed that it tends to slip out a bit, and I like to wear like a t-shirt or something underneath my knits, both to save myself from some itching because I have quite sensitive skin. Although like I'm not that bothered by the itching, but it's not good for my skin because of my sensitive skin. I have like what is it called in English? I don't know, but there is like a chronic thing with my skin that just doesn't go away, which makes it more prone to itching. And because I've been itching for these many years, I am on medication and it does help, but I just tend to overlook the fact that I have sensitive skin and don't like make any adjustments, and it tends to get kind of bad when I do in the long run, so I wear always something underneath my knits just to help myself. I've learned the hard way, but I also like to wear a t-shirt because it saves it from like getting sweaty and stinky, so I don't have to wash it as often. Wool is quite self-cleansing, but I find that some smell can build up over time, so just to save myself all of the hassle, I like wearing a t-shirt underneath. I will say that I love this piece. I really enjoy it. But I am wearing the Ingrid sweater today, just to compare a bit, because they are quite similar in the way they are designed, with like these stripes or like these, what should you call them, like panes of design elements maybe, and that's just the same with the Ingrid. I will say that the Ingrid was a lot more fun to knit, but that the storm sweater is a lot more beginner friendly. So if you're knitting texture for like one of your first times, or you want like a big textured project as a beginner, I would definitely recommend the storm sweater, just because it's made up of only knits and purls. It's really easy to follow along, while the Ingrid have like some overlapping elements. It has some, you have to throw some stitches and stuff, and I find the design of the Ingrid a lot more interesting, and I find that I still wear the Ingrid more than the storm sweater. Also because the storm sweater is made up of one strand of DK weight yarn, while the Ingrid is one strand of, I believe, DK and a fingering weight, which I just find makes the Ingrid sweater a lot more lightweight to wear. I find it a lot more fluid, whilst the Storm is a lot plumper. I knit it in Petiteknit, and although I really love it, it just makes two different kind of textures in the sweaters. So keep that in mind. If I were to knit the Storm again, I would probably knit it in 1 strand of fingering weight and 1 strand of lace weight. Excuse me, the Ingrid is 1 strand DK and 1 strand lace, so it's a mohair in here as well. My Ingrid is knit in Isager Jensen and silk mohair. And after finishing the Storm, I kind of wanted to make a new Ingrid because this isn't my color, but I keep wearing it all the time. But I'm not sure I would be able to recreate the fit because this is completely off gauge. There is no way I will be able to recreate this beautiful oversized dream of a sweater. So I just think I have to wear this despite it not being my color. Just because I love it so much. It's one of my most worn sweaters I've ever made. So I might find some other cable sweater to make in a similar yarn combination. So yeah, I don't think I would make any more like big textured sweaters for myself in 1 strand of Petiteknit again, just because of the weight of it. But I love the Storm. Like, I wouldn't not wear this. I wear it a lot and I love wearing it with a skirt now and some pantyhose. And I also just got myself some knee-high boots, so I think that's going to be a really, really cool look before winter arrives. So that is my first finished object. For my second one, I still lack the buttons. I tend to not put in buttons and I consider an object a finished object as soon as it's off the needles and all of the threads are weaved in. Because there are just too many of my cardigans that don't have buttons. So, but I will still call them a finished object. And it is the step-by-step step-by-step cardigan by Florence Miller that I made in 1 strand of Fivel, which is a quite lightweight, lightly spun Norwegian yarn. It's a gorgeous Bordeaux color. And I have started to duplicate stitch some stars and a moon, but I'm not sure I'm happy with them. So I'm not sure if they will be staying or going. I found the whole duplicate stitch thing kind of tedious. It wasn't as fun as I had imagined. And it looks maybe just a tad bit too rustic for my liking. I don't know. Please weigh in. Do you think I should keep going with the stars or should I just rip them back out? I just can't decide. I do want to order some beautiful buttons for this, like some, oh, what's her name? I keep forgetting her name, but I'll put it in the description or on the screen here, because she has really, really beautiful buttons, but the shipping costs as much as the buttons themselves. So I probably should try to find her at the market at some point and see if I can get her buttons, or if there are any stores that sell her buttons. I should just find them in store somewhere. But yeah, I'm really happy with it. It's a basics cardigan design. It's really nice. And I can't wait to try to decide on this design thing, if I should keep going with it or not, because I want to wear this, but I can't at the moment because it's not like finished, but it's off the needles, so that's great. I've counted it as a finished object in my app, so that's all that matters. I had to do a little wipe of the lens. I hope the lens is okay now. My daughter has been playing with my camera and singing to the camera, which is really adorable, but she also touches the lens, so it gets kind of grimy. She's 2. She's not like a big kid, she's small. But she loves singing her songs for the camera. It's really, really sweet. Next up is a Seaside set. The pattern is by Petiteknit, and this is going to be a gift knit for one of my friends who had a child back in April. I still haven't knit her anything. And this is all done. It just needs the buttons. I knit this in Tynn Petiteknit, which is the lighter version of the Petiteknit. I also have to block it. That's why it looks kind of frumpy at the moment. But I'm really happy with the result, and her kids have like a beautiful warm undertone, unlike me and my family. So I get to knit in these beautiful autumn colors. This is one of the new colors from Sandnes Garn, and they have even started putting the names on the label for the new colors, which is really interesting. I always look up the names. They really just help me make choices, knowing what the name of the color is. So this is the vintage gold, and the white is just the 1012 whipped cream that I always come back to. I find it a beautiful off-white color. I've knit in the 9 to 12 month size, and the kid is quite small like mine has been, so I think this will be something they can use for quite a while. I've knit the legs with a bit of extra length in both the leg and I always forget the ribbing. So they can use the pants for a really, really long time, because I found that these kinds of pants, just like the simple pants with the elastic in the waist, are so nice for kids. And in this kind of wool, you do need like some tights or something underneath. But for the winter, this will be perfect for a kid, for layering or just playing on the floor inside. They live in like a beautiful old apartment in Oslo, so there's no underfloor heating. So this will be perfect for her to play with during the winter. And also I find that the Seaside sweater lasts a really long time, and it comes in really small sizes as well, and it's quite handy because you have the opening here with the buttons, so it's not that intimidating to put it over baby's head. Mind you, this is her second child, so I bet she's not that intimidated about anything at this point. I find that this is a really, really nice set to have. So I offered to make her one, so she knows that she's getting it, because I talked to her and asked like what colors she wanted and stuff like that. And because she had like a baby in the autumn, I found that it was better to just wait and get something that's bigger, because this is going to last her kid probably until at least 18 months. So she can start wearing it even when she's starting kindergarten and all of that. So I hope she will be happy with this, and this video won't come out before I've delivered it. I don't even know if she's watching. She is a knitter herself, so I believe she really appreciates getting hand knits, and I love knitting for my friends' kids. I just think it's really rewarding for me, and I know that people are really happy receiving stuff for their kids. We could do another gift knit, just as we are on that train. This is a Lillesøsters romper, which is also by Petiteknit. It's kind of smushed up because I haven't washed or blocked this either. I just got it off the needles last night while watching a Halloween movie with my husband. It's a really, really simple design. It's just a romper, and this is also for a knitter, so I got out some of my precious hand-dyed because I think she's going to really appreciate the hand-dyed yarn. She's also a mother with a warm undertone, so I'm counting on her kid having a warm undertone as well. She recently just had her first baby boy, and he's so cute. He's on the larger side, so I knit this in the 4 to 6 month size just to know that it would be big enough for him now, and that it would fit him for quite a while. I haven't attached buttons, but I do have some options for buttons. I'm not sure I have 5 of the same here, but I have like a pack. I think I have 5 like of those dusty rose. Those might be cute on this actually. I ordered these to match another project I was doing at some point, but they didn't end up matching as well as I wanted, so I haven't used them. Maybe these would be cute actually with the romper. They're not like pink, so it's not like a completely girly thing. They're just like almost more like beige. Or brown even. I think those will be perfectly fine with this. I think I might do those buttons. I'm going to attach them as soon as I'm done filming. My husband has taken our daughter for an outing, so I could do this video for you guys, which is really nice. So yeah, that is the Lillesøsters romper, which is just a perfectly fine little piece for layering for a small baby during winter time here in Norway. pattern by Petiteknit. I believe I mentioned that. And I knit it in Lille hand-dyed thin merino. So it's a superwash merino, which I find quite handy for like little babies, because you never know how dirty they might get or where that poop might end up going. So it's really nice and just ease of mind to be able to pop this in the washer and not be too precious about it, I think. Also, superwash merino tends to grow, so I hope that this might just grow with him for quite a while. I haven't weighed it yet, but I used less than 50 grams of yarn for this, I believe, less than half a skein. So yeah, a perfect little gift if you have like one skein of leftover yarn for something, like one ball. This is the 4 to 6 month size, so you could easily do one of the smaller sizes with just one ball of yarn. That wouldn't be a problem at all. So for my last finished object is the zipper sweater light for my kid. I did the 3 to 4 year old size, so I haven't stressed about putting in a zipper yet. I don't have the zipper yet, but I've done the lining for it and sewed it down. I made this in some Voulez-Vous, I believe the yarn is called. Just Voulez-Vous, which is some made in China superwash wool. I don't think I would buy it again, just because made in China doesn't like make my heart sing. Although I know, we talked about this the last time, I am a complete sellout, but there was just something about, like, the color is nice, but it just didn't make my heart sing to work with this yarn, so I don't think I would buy it again. I would rather buy some Drops yarn, just because Drops have some perfectly fine non-superwash options. So yeah, but this is going to be really cute for her in kindergarten. She goes in an outdoor kindergarten, so she needs her layers. So she can start wearing this during winter, I believe, and then it will just grow with her. I believe she might be able to wear this until she's 4 years old. So I haven't, although she's 2, she's quite small, but I'm not knitting anything more in size 2 years for her. I'm just going to knit her stuff in like 3 years, and it's going to be a bit big. She'll grow into it and then she can keep wearing it even though the sleeves are getting a bit short, which is happening with some of her sweaters now. But she is still wearing sweaters in like 1 to 2 year old. So I don't think you necessarily have to knit every size for kids. They can easily, wool stretches, so they can easily grow into it. Of course, it depends on the child. I have a small child, so it's easier probably for her to wear stuff for a longer amount of time, but you know, yeah. Now for my works in progress, I don't really have a lot to update you on. The Esther sweater and the jacket number 2 haven't been touched, probably won't be touched for quite a while either, but I did cast on the own sweater light, which is all scrunched up on my needles because I only have the Chiagu 4mm needles in one circumference, so I cheaped out and didn't buy the next size up. But I'm almost done with the increases for the chest. I can't remember the name for anything. It's not the body, it's the yoke. I'm almost done with the increases for the yoke, and I am soon about to split for sleeves, which will make this a lot easier to look at and understand what's going to happen. I am knitting it in tynn Per Gynt and alpaca følgetråd, which I am finally testing out. I have been wanting to knit with alpaca følgetråd for years now. I couldn't justify the cost of mohair at the moment, so I chose alpaca følgetråd, and it's really, really beautiful. I am worried a bit about the fabric gaping a bit. I didn't swatch for this. I just couldn't be bothered, but you can see like my wall through it. So that is making me kind of nervous, but at the same time I always wear like a t-shirt underneath anyway. It's a dark color, and with a dark t-shirt no one would notice. So I am being pragmatic. I'm always on the pragmatic side. Make the best of it. I don't care. I am knitting the size 3, I believe, and this is a pattern by Novemberknits, which is really talented. I have the regular own sweater, so now I'm making the lighter version, and it's going to be so beautiful. I hope I'm finished by Christmas so I can wear this over the holiday. I believe it's going to be a really, really beautiful color to wear during Christmas and Advent. And yeah, I hope this isn't too dark for me. Like, I am a summer and I tend to go for more of the soft summer colors. So this might be as deep and dark as I am able to handle in my complexion. But it's more a burgundy on like the berry side and not a burgundy on the brown side. So I believe it's going to be fine. And yeah, I can't wait to finish this. I have to get started on it again because I've been focusing on the gift knits. Because when you start knitting for babies, you kind of have to finish the project before the babies get too large to go into the garments you're making. Because then you would just have to start all over again with a new project, and that really sucks. So when I just got going on these two, I just really wanted to finish the gift knits first. Now for acquisitions, I don't have a lot. Like the yarn for the Seaside set was obviously new. The yarn for the own sweater was new. I got some pink yarn. I don't remember if I showed you this, but I turned this into a hat for my girl, which is also a finished object, I believe, since the last time. But she's wearing it at the moment, so you won't be able to see it. I'll try to put it up on Instagram if I ever get a picture of her. She's always in a hurry, so most of the pictures of her are quite blurry. I also got this in my yarn club, which is hand-dyed Lille Highland wool in a beautiful autumn color. It is called Høstdis, which is like autumn fog, I guess. It's not my color at all, like this purpley yellowish. It has some green tints in it. But I'll find some use for it. I love using hand-dyed for contrast colors in like this, which I showed you last time. This is also hand-dyed in the contrasting. So that's a way I could probably use it. I find that a bit greenish blues are really pretty with yellows, so that might be a way to use it if I wanted to make something for myself, or I could use it in mittens. I don't find that you have to wear like mittens in your seasonal colors. That would be ridiculous, but mittens would be perfect. Yeah, so I'll find some use for it. For the moment, I'll put it in my stash and keep it safe. My last acquisition is 2 balls of Sanja Sunday in a beautiful chocolate brown color, which I'll turn into a Christmas present. I'm not going to tell you what it is, although the person who is getting the present probably wouldn't never watch my podcast anyway. But I am making a total of 2 Christmas presents this year. I'm not going to attempt to make anything else just because there are a lot of my friends having babies this year or next. So I would rather prioritize making baby knits than knitting for friends and family for Christmas. So yeah, I was home from work sick, so I made 1 Christmas present during those days, and this will be the 2nd Christmas present I make this year. She specifically requested me to knit her the thing that I'm going to knit her. So when someone has a very direct wish like that and it's not a big deal, I'm probably going to make it. I'm just too much of a people pleaser to overlook those kind of Christmas wishes. So I'll grant her that one. And she's overdue for a new one anyway. She's overdue for an update. So yeah, that was all of the knitting I've done since the last time. I'll edit this and make sure all of the baby knits are shipped off and well received before posting, because I know some of them are watching and I wouldn't want to spoil a gift. So I hope you all are having a cozy fall wherever you are. and that you had a happy Halloween. We had our first Halloween here in the house and it was so much fun. There were so much kids on the door. We ran out of candy. So next year we are going to have twice the amount of decorations. We are going to have a lot more candy because we had to put out a sign that we were out, which is sad because I would have loved to hand out more candy to more kids. It was so much fun. My 2-year-old was also handing out some of the candy and really enjoying being like a big girl, helping out. So yeah, definitely love living in the suburbs for those kinds of things. So I hope you're all well, that you have inspirational knitting ahead of you, and I'll see you next time. Bye!